So like that was the Pelicans game. I pretty much actually called it. I said the Pelicans are gonna find their rhythm against us, and we are just gonna get run over. Do I like being right? No. There's no fun being right. Just like there's no fun with this team. I feel like when you're watching this team, like for me, I either feel like the Will Smith meme or the just I can't remember the other meme, but I'll throw a picture of it up. It's between those two because there's no defense. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. We had a fake comeback because Scott Brooks decided it'd be prudent to play Brad on a back-to-back 40 minutes, just play him the entire second half, even though we'd been down 20 like for most of the game from the first quarter on. But instead of just, pounding the Fire Brooks drum and pounding the Leontis is a trash owner drum, because it feels like those two specific things are not going to undergo any significant kind of change. I'm just going to try and think about this game in terms of the context when I was looking at it, because at some points when it comes to, people say it's, you can't not look at a train wreck. You can't help yourself. But when it comes to this one, it's just hard to watch. It's hard to watch. And pretty much Zion, Brandon Ingram got what they wanted. We made Lonzo Ball look like Ray Allen. JJ Redick got whatever he wanted. Our defense is porous. This is a fact. A lot of the times what we do is essentially we just go under the screen, or we show too much on a post player and then they just kick it out and we don't get back in time to stop anybody. At some point I realized Beal had 40 points. Like I saw the thing show up on the screen. I was like, oh yeah, cool. And the only reason it doesn't like elicit any kind of excitement or make, I'm sure, any other fan be like, wow, like this is insane, is because we're typically down like 12 or 14, and I believe we were literally down 12 or 14 when that graphic showed up, and I was just like, yeah, this is just Wizards basketball. It feels like we're in purgatory, And I hate to be so glum. I hate talking about losses, or at the very least, I hate talking about just blowout losses, because it's really hard to pull anything meaningful from these games. Because for the most part, it was literally just Beal does things and the rest of the team kind of falters. For a while, Garrison Matthews was clanking. What was it? What was the sad moment of the game? Because I've had enough of the cameras just panning to Beal or zooming in on Beal, and he's just kind of really sad face, and it's just like, yeah, we at this point, it's just like, I know, I get it, we get it. It's awful. It sucks. It's a terrible situation. But yeah, no. What was it? Cassius Winston been playing for us recently due to the fact that we are basically kind of a skeleton crew. And he tips the ball up for like a rebound. You're like, okay, he's going to grab it. And then he tips it again, and then it goes out of bounds. And it was just like, oof. The entire season just feels like one big long oof, not the fun oof where you just fall into your bed after a long day, and maybe you scream into the pillow a little bit, and then you just kind of you just go, you just let it out, you're good after that. This is just the oof where you fell, you were getting out of your car. And your shoes were tied, and there was nothing for you to fall. You just tripped over air and just busted your face on the sidewalk. Like, that's what this Wizards season feels like. As far as the, like I said, defense is porous. Offense is it's so dry. It is like the most unseasoned chicken of all time. Like, this chicken was literally just thrown on a pan. No, not even any oil. This was the most dry chicken, dog. Literally all we do is run a dribble handoff through Beal. Sometimes Robin Lopez will hit a hook shot, and be leading us in scoring, going 4 or 5 and scoring 11 points. Just Robin Lopez things. But literally it's just running a dribble handoff to Beal or an ISO for Beal. And the thing about it is that the NBA teams with like decent coaches understand that, hey, they're gonna try to run offense through their best player. So let's take that away. Oh, what's that? We only have really one decent, good scorer on this team right now, and it's Bradley Beal. Oh, cool. We'll just trap him because the rest of your team will just either take a bad shot after a horrible possession where they just dribbled around and passed to each other, but nothing actually really was happening, or we'll just force a turnover. Because not only was the offense pretty much not clicking because the offense is just Beal, so if Beal is not going all 4 quarters, we're going to lose the game. And even if Beal is going all 4 quarters, shout out to Philly for that 60-point game, we'll still lose. So without any kind of diverse offense, with sloppy play, it should not be any kind of a surprise that we pretty much just got mauled the entire game until we like just had a little bit of a fake comeback where Beal was hitting shots and Matthews was hitting threes and Isak Bonga hit a 3, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Are we actually gonna like? Is this a real comeback? Is this legit? No, cool. Because as soon as like we got it within single digits, it just took the Pelicans like 2 or 3 threes because we kept going under screens on Brandon Ingram, which is really weird because he's a good scorer. Like I understand maybe going under for Lonzo if you don't really trust in his attempted improvement that he's supposedly been trying to have, but he's also in trade rumors, him and JJ Redick, because he hasn't improved to the level that would warrant what payment he kind of wants. I can understand you going on under a screen on Lonzo Ball, but the rest of the team, okay, Eric Bledsoe too, but the rest of the team just Jesus, and it was lethargic effort, it was apathy, and it was just definitely one of the darker games to cover, to not cover, but just watch, you know. And I was just sitting there, I'm like, what am I even gonna say? That's not the same thing, because at this point, everyone's like, Wizards fans are kind of in this territory of just like, just trade him. I've seen a lot of people just being like, just get Beal out of there, just save the man. He's wasting his talent. His talent is being wasted. He's not wasting his talent. His talent is being wasted on with a franchise that has an owner that only seems to give a crap about his hockey team, and a coach that has no idea what rhythm is, how to run plays outside of it, how to develop, how to do anything beneficial, and pretty much is riding off of his reputation. You have a general manager who played weird games with the former franchise point guard that had played for 10 years, and the guy he traded for has been unhealthy, yet we've been playing him, and then we've been resting him, and we seem to have no identity, no legitimate kind of anything that would be cohesive. Essentially is not what the Wizards are. We are more of like being in a random stage of grief but never actually getting over the thing, and it feels like this is just another moment where it's just like, here we go again with the Wizards doing Wizards things. Because yeah, like how many times, right, can I be like, yeah, we're playing without our guys, and oh right, I forgot, I even forgot, all of them are going to be back now. All 6 are out of protocols, so we'll have our full squad back. But let me just be real with yourself. As a Wizards fan, and I've seen other Wizards fans, the full squad wasn't doing that much better. And I know that, you know, you have to have some type of optimism to get through a season, to be able to watch it, to be able to enjoy it. And so, yes, we have people coming back that will be back for next game, I hope. That'd be cool to be able to play. I believe our next game's against Atlanta. So yeah, it'd be cool to have those guys back. Definitely are clearly missing Thomas Bryant. I just, what's the move here? You know, that's the next thing to think about, right? What's the move here? for most Wizards fans, it's fire Scott Brooks, but that won't fix the entire thing. And I think if we're going to fire Scott Brooks, like if not we, I don't own the team. I am a fan of the team. If the team is to make significant changes, it has to be from the top down, you know. Leonsis is not going to sell the team, which sucks. But you know, I'm really not feeling Shepherd. I'm not feeling an Ernie disciple. I was nervous when that happened. And this is a type of trade that when you make a type of trade that he did with Wall, apparently that has something to do with Leonsis. So if that's the case, ew, disgusting, and really, that's really petty to screw over your fan base and one of your other franchise players because you just didn't like that he did one bad thing in the video. He had a couple bad moments. Wow, he's a human. Who would have thought? Yeah. Like, you can't just fire Scott Brooks. You gotta fire all of the coaching staff. You gotta sweep the whole thing. And if it comes down to it, I'm in the camp until Bill asks for a trade, until he indicates he wants to leave. I'm hoping that he maybe looks at this as a rebuild year, but I also hate the fact that he's kind of wasting away here in Washington, and it seems to be borderline insanity. You know, like I said, cameras keep panning to him, and Mans has a different face damn near every time. It's like, so, yeah. That's pretty much it as far as like if we could show some decent effort, have an offense that had like a little bit of variety and was able to do something so that Beal is not the entire offense, was able to play defense and not show so much on the post and go under on screens on good shooters, you know, just basic things. I've mentioned before that there has to be consistent effort, and the effort has to be well timed, and this game was just no effort, and it was poorly timed effort when it did come through. So this is the state of the Wizards, but we're getting players back, so hopefully the next game will just be, let's see how well Denny does, let's see how well Rui does. Unfortunately, when it comes to Bonga, Robinson, and Cassius Winston, they kind of have their moments here. There, Robinson might hit like a 3, and Bonga will get a rebound or a stop. He does tend to be kind of invisible. Winston might hit a 3. You know, they'll have their moments, but I think that the youth that you really want to be watching here is Denny and Rui, because those are the guys that presumably we're going to have for a long time. Granted, our ownership does not decide to be petty or dumb and decide to trade them over something stupid because they want to fix the culture. So yeah, just that's my thing. I'm thinking about just the youth, how they do. If Beal wants to stay, cool. If he wants to leave at this point, I get it. I'm not mad about it. I just accepted it. I'm very apathetic right now because at some point you just start laughing at the ridiculousness of it. You're just like, okay. Like, we went under the screen on Brandon. I'm just like, oh, there it is. And then we airballed and game was gone. So yeah, we are now 3-11. This is the worst case scenario Wizards at this point. I think if we were like 7-8 or something, it'd be less painful, you know. Like, okay, we just played a bad game, you know. But there are clearly trends and things that require shifting of the entire front office and the entire coaching staff, and not just it's not locked in on one person, but a lot of players, a lot of people are contributing to how badly we are doing. And so I'm not sure of a minuscule change that could be made now, but I'm just thinking towards the future. And in the future, we're not playing the Pelicans, and Zion is not bodying the mess out of us, and Brandon Ingram's not scoring with them spaghetti arms, and Lonzo Ball is not turning into Ray Allen, and Bradley Beal's not getting trapped every 2 seconds. And our other players might have some contributions. I don't know. So yeah, that was the Pelicans game. Playing the Hawks on Friday. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can. Maybe. Beal can have a good scoring night in a really close loss. Lol. I don't know. At this point, if we win, it's only because like the other team couldn't shoot. Like, the other team just has to play worse than us, and we are kind of the benchmark for bad right now. So, like, yeah. Well, this guy says Wizards and Hawks. I don't think Wizards like Hawks. I feel like in terms of pets, they'll do owls. This was probably a literal thing that I'm referencing and not even realizing it until just now. Oops. WizWatch. Oh boy. What a season. Long season. Absolutely long season.